Good afternoon, everyone. This is Jared Rand, and welcome to the Global Guided Meditation Call for Wednesday, September 22nd, 2021, after 3 p.m. Eastern. We have a time for change call tonight at 9 p.m. Eastern. You are the dreamer in the dream. And it is so easy to get lost in the dream. We are either dreaming about what we want or what we don't want to manifest. When we notice who is aware of the mind dreaming and scheming about everything in our lives, we can see how easy it is to step back and awaken the dream. We realize that we are the divine dreamers and the source behind the manifestation of our dreams. We are creating it all from within, our highly creative imaginations. This is our day to truly wake up and be free from it all. Instead of being in that comfort zone, step beyond this dreamland. Find that eternal witness who never dreams and is permanently awake, living life by smelling the roses. Everything, intention, wonder, dreams, imagination, success doesn't come to us, you got to go to it. Mark Collins. Setting an intention is something we all have done in the past and naturally have the ability to do, and most of us haven't learned exactly how to control it yet. So today we're going to go into the specifics about, in this meditation, how you can manifest whatever you want in your life through this amazing power of intention that all of us already have. This is where it's all connected. We manifested this world, this earth, everything. We can start right now by noticing where these images about our lives are coming from. Now, if we look deep enough, we will see that something in us is constantly directing our attention towards what we want. Isn't it? Think about that. And thus consistently attracting it into our lives. Whether it's the same constant argument with our best friend about religion, the feeling that we really do deserve a better job, or perhaps that dream car, house, or bank account we wish we had, and our minds are always focusing on something. Whatever we place our thoughts upon is where the manifesting energy flows, which incidentally creates the exact situations and circumstances of our future. That's in the now. When we come to know what we really, really, really want to have in our lives, we simply relax our body and focus our entire life energy into that direction with the feeling our deepest desires is about to be fulfilled. Our minds will just go there automatically when the feeling is ripe and alive, which brings us to the first golden key to manifesting, learning how to set a positive intention. Learning how to set a positive intention. If we don't change, we don't grow. If we don't grow, we are not really living. Growth demands a temporary surrender of security. Gail Sheed. Intention is a profound mind-body decision to do, be, or have something in our future. It is the strongest feeling we can muster inside, as if we were saving our babies from a fire. That level of commitment, resolve, and purpose is the key. There is the full desire that this is what I am doing with my heart, mind, and body right now, and nothing else matters. When we set an intention, we are proclaiming to the universe that we have made up our minds and are firm upon what we really want, and that's it. The universe greatly rewards people who know what they want and are relaxed about it on the inside. There's a lot of people that know what they want, but they're not relaxed about it on the inside. Why is that? Well, it's because they don't know. They're doubting, they're wondering, they're worrying, they're stressing. Because if you already know on some level that it's already going to manifest for you, you can trust, let go, and be a ball of loving light for all. You can trust that it is already happening and nothing can stop it from coming to you. Trust is the real kicker here. And be sure that the universe will be testing each of us to see how much each of us trust. It'll test you to see how bad you really want it by providing many wonderful distractions from continually feeling your goal. Distractions are simply a deep misunderstanding. They are just ordinary life experiences that the mind perceives to be causing you annoyance and delay. However, a life without any hindrances has no spark of creativity, grist for deeper insight, or the gumption to propose a completely new idea about how to find peace in every experience. The real truth is that any distraction can become a meditation with awareness. We are simply honoring the distracting experience is the right experience that the universe ordered for us. The universe never makes mistakes, ever. Distractions are its way of waking you up. They are little mini destined events we've asked for in order to stop hiding out in our heads and start living in our hearts. When we see how nothing is a distraction, we can hold any intention long enough until it manifests into our lives. This will allow us to stay focused on what we want instead of what we don't want, which will effortlessly magnetize amazing opportunities and people to you. Strength does not come from winning. Your struggles develop your strengths. When you go through hardships and decide not to surrender, that is strength. Arnold Schwarzenegger. When we look at our physical reality, we know that we are made up of pure energy, intelligence, and consciousness. Everybody and everything around you consists of these three aspects. And even the stop signs and street pavement have a certain level of aliveness in its subatomic matter. Your consciousness and energy extends out all around you and touches everything, even if it's miles away. Have you ever felt like someone was thinking about you and suddenly the phone rings and it's them? Everything is actually all connected on a very spiritual level, which means you are also connected to your already manifested dream, which you're about to experience in the very near future. Being defeated is only a temporary condition. Giving up is what makes it permanent. Marilyn Voss Savant. So going back to the number one most important question of all time, which is, what is that one intention you really, really, really want to manifest? What is that one desire you need to give yourself permission to feel alive again? Allow yourself to feel it now. Let your desire that you thought was impossible surface and show its true face fully. Desire breeds direction in life. Without following your core desire, you will feel lost. When you know what you want to attract, in order to successfully manifest that in your life, you can relax. You can feel a release of doubt. Replace it with a sense of relief. Imagine that you know what you really want to manifest right now. Now, how does that feel? Often people get stuck in wishing their life would change. They send out wishy-washy energy with their words, thoughts, and feelings. Thus, they get back mediocre results, feel like a failure because they tried to manifest their dreams. When you are focused, clear, and passionate about your desires and not attached to the outcome of your actions, you'll see the universe magically respond to each of your requests. In fact, once you start on this path, it only becomes easier and easier and easier to manifest that which moves you forward towards your goal. Forget mistakes. Forget failure. Forget everything except what you're going to do now, and do it. Today is your day. Will Durand. Today is your day to begin the process of attracting success into your life by setting a powerful intention right now. The challenge to you is to do this assignment. Set the intention to make time for yourself this week to explore raising your manifesting vibration and see what happens. It is a good thing to remember that you have the power to shift your focus towards the direction of your dreams and plant those seeds that will create success in your future now, in the now. The 5 steps to manifesting any intention, any intention. Decide on one thing you want to attract to you and be specific. Do you want a new job? What kind of job? Do you want more money? How much money? Do you want more peace in your life? Just pick one goal or desire that you would like to manifest. And remember to pick something that you are passionate about and fully desire. Second step is to write it down on a piece of paper. Did you know that over 90% of people don't write down their desires, and that 90% plus of people have great difficulty manifesting what they want? It's true. So describe the goal in as much detail as possible. Be very specific. For instance, I want a new career, internet marketing, where I make at least $5,000 a month and work with authentic, supportive, and fun people. 3, now state your intention in an affirming sentence which is written in present tense. An example of the sentence could be, I am now earning $150,000 a year in sales and loving it. Write this sentence on a Post-it or note card, then post it different places at work and at home where you can read it often, such as on your bathroom mirror or on your computer. And number 4, repeat this sentence out loud every morning 7 to 10 times. Feel and visualize it. Experience it as if it's already happened. This sets a deeper intention in your subconscious mind and creates a heightened sense of awareness and purpose towards manifesting this result. And number 5 is repeat step 4. Trust it's on its way and let it go. Breathe as if you could do this exercise for an eternal period of time and have no anxiety about when or where it will happen. If you want to skyrocket your vibration, listen to the manifesting meditation every day until you have manifested your goal. Until you've manifested your goal. It's about detail. It's about how precise you are. And not only that, the other half is your sincerity with yourself through the heart-mind. Because if it's wishy-washy, it's just going to, like a flat tire. It's not going to do anything. But everything is connected to being able to control our manifesting powers. Because we all have them. It's like this planet. It's like the atmosphere. It's like everything. Where's the power to shift? Each of us have that power to shift. It's just that we don't know how. Like a lot of things. We just don't know how. And trust is absolutely paramount. Trust is absolutely paramount. And fearlessness is paramount. And forgiving yourself is paramount. And one of the biggest things that all of us will come to the conclusion of is trust that all the trauma you've received in this life was given by God to wake you up from this deep, sleepy dream. This has been a dream. Now, I wouldn't say it's been the most wonderful dream, because not all dreams are wonderful. We're all asleep, and everyone has been caught in some dramatic, perpetually self-wounding victim spin cycle, taught to never trust in life, ourselves, or anyone else again. To just let it go and remember, you are still lovable, worthy, and totally amazing exactly as you are. You just signed up for a massive class in spiritual growth and radical enlightened maturity. Whatever our past life circumstances might have been, we are always given the choice how we wish to respond to them in the now. Every time we choose trust over fear, everyone's heart opens a bit wider. We feel more gentle, healing, heartwarming energy coming in. This warm, trusting heart is needed in this life. For the divine intelligent universe is always testing our level of awareness, checking in to see how awake we are. And the test is always the same. How will we choose to respond? With more trust or more fear? It might throw us a bag of super sour lemons just to see if we know how to add some playful, creative sweetness and make a pitcher of lemonade. To not value the gift of a human incarnation is like trading a diamond for a head of cabbage. Big sage. It's good to know that the opposite of fear is not love. The opposite of fear is not love. It is trust. Yet through living a life of trust, we naturally start falling in love with everything and everyone. With 100% trust, we become a loveaholic of life, feeling naturally orgasmic about this precious opportunity we have to live, feeling completely turned on by this chance to find our spiritual path and connection. The expansive feeling in the heart can become so divinely open that every breath feels as though we are making love with the divine. Key is, are you ready to sign up for choosing a life devoted to always responding with trust yet? The spiritual power that we all receive from the trust vibration is simply awesome. Total trust effortlessly engulfs all kinds of egoic negativity that may try to dominate any room. When a person who has 100% unshakable trust enters any community, it's so penetrating and contagious that everyone's ego eventually falls into either embarrassment or humility. When this group of people all simultaneously begin choosing trust over fear, we can feel this giddy, enlightening joy exponentially expanding through everyone's lives. The group energy becomes more relaxed and at ease with their life, their future, and everything as it is. To live a life flowing with trust, it's important to understand that fear is not a bad thing. It's just not something we want behind making any of our decisions. If you make fear-based decisions in this life, you only create fear-based outcomes. If you try to avoid fear or attempt to delete it completely from your life, it will sneak back in when your guard is down. Fearful thoughts are there to wake us up, to invite in our biggest self, as they are simply small contracted truths about reality. It's all like tiny grains of sand that can be so meaningless and inconsequential unless one of them gets stuck in your eye. It is amazing how something so small can create such a huge pain. In walking the path of fear, we are living from our egos, because the ego is always feeling either superior or inferior. We become very controlling and judgmental. Living in ego, we become narrow-minded, completely unaware that we are abiding in a very small, limiting truth. We know we are living from ego because we feel constantly unsatisfied, perpetually searching for the next fantastic thing or new pleasure to escape into. The ego does not know what inner peace is. It is untrusting of new things, sticking only to what is comfortable, and often feels caught in needing to protect itself from our emotions and feelings. The ego is always finding new ways to hide or shine. Because it does not trust our inner light, it will always be there to guide us through the darkness. It does not trust our inner light, which will always be there to guide us through the darkness. When there is no desire to dominate, no desire to cling, no desire to possess, the ego starts evaporating. Think about that. When there is no desire to dominate, control, power, no desire to cling, no desire to possess, the ego starts evaporating. Okay. In order to always choose trust over fear, we need to take a more sensitive approach to feeling into ourselves. So we can see when we are in a state of trust, of fear, we can check in any moment of our day, what is going on in the area around our heart and chest. If it feels expansive and light, we're in a state of trust. And if it's tight and heavy, we're probably holding on to fear. The general feeling we carry in our chests is our trust barometer to see what types of choices we're making every day. When we make a living each day of our lives in fear, when we are living each day of our lives in fear, we tend to want to control everything and force our way through life. We tend to live in this hurry-it-up mode, rushing through each sacred experience, missing out on the small, precious moments where it could have felt as heavenly angels were present. When trust does not become a natural response to life, we become afraid to making decisions. We stop taking risks. We feel stuck in some weird emotional prison, perpetually unhappy for no reason at all. When fear is more important than trust, we feel like a failure in this life. Instead of simply removing the small speck of sand from our own eyes, we spend our time trying to change ourselves, others, in the outer world. Once we discover how to trust in the experience of trust, a bigger truth takes over our lives, and the walls of our faith, our fearful, boxed-in life slowly fall away. And if you need to liberate yourself from a fearful state, you must choose to welcome all your fears with 100% trust and remember everything is perfect exactly as it is. The universe never makes mistakes. We simply have to accept every pile of manure as a message that we need more fertilizer. If our lives or minds become too overwhelming or challenging, simply refocus our awareness back on the biggest feeling of trust that we can remember. Dwell only on that trusting feeling for 1 to 2 hours. Give yourself permission to stop dwelling on what you fear. In a very short time, you will find the spiritual light that starts seeping back into your very soul again. So if you will, go to the place where you're not going to be interrupted. And I'm sure we all are. And the first thing that we care to do, always, the first thing, relax the body that you are in. Relax the body that you are in. Head to toe, inside and out. All the fears, all the anxieties, all the stresses, all the lack of trust. Is there any reason that you choose to carry those? Is there any reason? Do they serve you the greater good, or do they make you feel like you're carrying a ton of bricks? And if the answer is a ton of bricks, then dump them. Dump them. Don't ignore them. Put them on the couch, face each and every one of them, and don't ignore them. You'll find that they are all illusions. Created by who? The ego mind. So the body becomes light. You'll know it's light because you'll have dumped all of that. Because it doesn't serve you the greater good. Sure, it teaches you. As long as you don't ignore it, and you face it, and you embrace it, then it fades out. But as you keep it, that body you're in is going to continually be stressed out. So all that, everything that we absorb, everything that we attract, nothing's doing it. We're doing it. There's nothing doing it. There's not some separate entity or something out there doing it. It's you. It always has been, always will be, ever, beyond, and forever. So once we fully embrace this with total trust, 150% trust, then we'll begin to understand it. And when you ask for something, when that body is relaxed and when it's not tense and tight and it's just floating, that's when you send your intention to the universe. One thing, one thing, one thing. And as time goes by, you begin to master that. You'll find out that you'll be able to manifest anything literally within hours or even seconds. And this is something that we carry. Forget the mistakes. Forget failure. Forget everything except that and what you're going to do now, and do it. Does that body get light? Because it will. Floating, just like on the hammock between the shade trees. You're not thinking, all right? You're not worrying, you're not stressing, you're not fearing. You're being. You've left the mind and the ego. You've stilled them both. You're not in them. You're leaving them alone. And all that noise and chatter, and all those thoughts that aren't yours, running by like clouds in the sky or the superhighway, none of it. You're in that zone, that peace. The tranquility. It's wonderful. That's bliss. That's the front door to the room that you're God, that you are in. So a lot of us, not all of us, have memories. And those memories are fun. And we have a library. It's called the subconscious mind. And it's a private library, so to speak. And when you visit those memories, you go into that library, you pick up a book off the shelf, and this is, kind of shared with you, with yourself, that experience that you had. It became a memory that you stored in your subconscious mind. We store everything there, good, bad, indifferent. So we start to embrace the fact that, yes, I love memories and I reminisce and everything, but we don't stay there. We don't. We faithfully move forward. But some of us will stay there and relive it over and over again. And so we will take that past, we will bring it into a future that doesn't exist. We will create that future from that past, and we will relive that past and that future. And people have done it. That's why a lot of people will say to themselves, no matter what I do, it always seems like, no matter what we do, it always seems like we're in the same place. We end up here. Others of us, you picture, you got three pads, right? Three, like, placers, brick or stone or marble, whatever. And you've got one on the left, which is the past. You got one in the center, the middle, which is the now. And then you got one on the right, which is the future. Now, we know there's no future because we're creating the future in the now. And we know the past isn't there. It's gone. It's dead. If you had a bunch of things that were alive and you'd play with them all the time, and then they were dead, would you continually play with them? No. So some of us will go off into that future. Most of us, though, the center pad, the center stone, is the now. That's where everything is. That's what stills the ego mind and relaxes the body, the now. But so many of us skip the now. We're such in a hurry to be in the past and live the past, or go into a future that doesn't exist and start asking things like, in the future, you go in the future and say, why isn't this happening? Well, why haven't I gotten promotion? How come I'm not making any more money? I should be making more money. When am I going to really be happy? When am I going to stop being sick? Well, it's just endless. And the funny thing is that everything is in the middle path. Really, that's it. That's what we have, the middle, the now. And then we have tens of millions of thoughts that aren't ours. They're like programs, and they're floating by us. Clouds in the sky, like a superhighway, and they just keep floating by. And what happens is that when we're in the now, and we're focused only on the moment, these thoughts that aren't ours, we wander off with them. Now, here's the crucial part, is to be gentle, kind, generous, and humble, and 24/7 deep eternal gratitude. And then we discovered, okay, so I've wandered off, not a biggie. I will focus on my breath, and I'll be in the now. No matter where you're at, no matter what you're doing. It's just not a difficult intention to make. So whenever you wander off, no matter where you're at, what you're doing, focus on the breath. Listen to the breath. Easy in through the nose, easy out through the mouth. And when you do that, 3,000% of the time, you're in the now. Now we have, when you get to know that body inside and out intimately, you will understand you, the God, flows through that body. You power that body. That body has 7 conduits, wheels of light, chakras. And those are energy vortexes, and what those are is that they're etheric, they're spiritual. You're etheric, you're spiritual, the God within that body. So doesn't it make sense that you flow through those? It's like an energy fountain. Comes up over the head, over the crown chakra, back down around. It's continual 24/7. And that's why, once you discover and understand that you're the power, that you're the healing power of that body, and once you really, really trust and embrace that fully, you'll understand that you flow through all of the body, right smack through the center. You don't go to the left or the right. You flow through these energy vortexes, these wheels of light. All of your organs, all of your fluids, all of your emotions, everything, you, the God that you truly are, flows through that body. And we know that the soul enters the body, powers up the body. The body generates the breath, sustains the body, the physical, to carry around divine perfection, the God within. So the God powers the body to sustain the body so that the body can operate and take the God around. So we are heaven on earth. The soul is the heaven, the body is the earth, and every step we take, we're creating paradise. That's for those of us who are consciously aware to a certain extent. Not only that we shine our light 24/7, 360 degrees. God, force, love, light, energy, the source of all things, of all creation. That's what we are. So if you were to take a little trip off planet, out in the outer space, and you were to look at this planet, you would see that it glowed. Not only that there wouldn't be anything in the universe that could compare to its brightness. You got 8 billion gods, and of course, some are sleeping. Others are awakening. Even though you awaken, you still aren't connected, consciously aware that you're the God. but a God planet paradise that glows with consciously aware beings that know who and what they are. That's just absolutely off the charts. Now, there are parts of us that are asleep. We know that. What do you mean parts of us? I'm not talking about the body. I'm talking about the God within the body. Those are the parts that were made in the image of the one creation, the one creator, the one God. That's divine perfection, as we are divine perfection. That's the one God, as we are the God. So that means that when we're in this meditation as we are now, the ones that are, the parts of us that are asleep are still with us. They didn't go anywhere. They just don't hear us. And they can't participate. So that includes all the light energy beings and all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever beyond, and forever. And those numbers are in the Google plexus. You'd be 100,000 light years away. But this intention, communicating through the gods that we are, all hear, all feel, all consciously aware feel. They know. That's why they're here. A part of me wants to help the other parts of me. I got to be there. So that includes all the archangels, the cherubim, the seraphim, the archetypes. That includes all the ascended masters, Kuan Yin, Maitreya, Buddha, Lakshmi, Ganesh, Gaia, Saint Germain, Christ, El Morya, Abundantia, Pel, Thoth, Yahweh, Yeshua. That includes all of our loved ones who have ascended out of body in this lifetime and all lifetimes we've inhabited. That includes all the inhabitants of inner earth, hollow earth, beneath earth, Agartha. That includes all the off-worlders, the celestials, the galactics. Now, the light energy beings on this planet, because of our eyes that come with these bodies, we only see 1% of what is. So they come in shapes, colors, sizes, forms, configurations in which we've never seen. Now, the ones that we're somewhat familiar with, the fairies, the sprites, the elves, the gnomes, the dwarves, the trees, the trolls, the elementals, earth, air, water, fire, ether, wood, mermaid, the dolphin, the whale, the pegasus, the unicorn, the centaur, the minotaur, and many, many, many more. Now, the off-worlders, the celestials, the galactics, we're only familiar with a very, 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 very small fraction of them. Over 1,000 species travel through the solar system every day. Trillions throughout the universes every day. So the ones that we're familiar with are the Pleiadians, the Sirians, the Arcturians, the Andromedans, the felines, Zeta Reticuli, the Nords, the Greys, the Draco, the Reptilian, the Golden Pyramid, the Avian. Now, they, in particular, have been assisting us with some others in our evolution, enlightenment, ascension, freeing ourselves from our own self-imposed bondage and our own self-imposed slavery. Now, the archangels, they're a civilization that vibrate at a different frequency than we do. That's why we don't see them like we see each other. But we do meet with them. Now, we don't necessarily know that that's an angel that we're meeting with, talking with, and acting with We usually pick that up after. That's happens. That's an angel. That was an angel. And then a little bit of bliss bubbles up. Now, they all have a message for us, and they deliver the message in many, many, many different ways. But when it all comes down to it, isn't it absolutely magna glorious to be alive in these bodies? And that is bliss. Now, they can surround any one of us in the tens of thousands. Because of their vibrational frequency, they can hold a large number in a small area. The Ascended Masters, they have mastered ascending into physical, out of physical. Hold pure consciousness, pure God form. We are mastering physical, ascending into physical, creating our experiences to perfect our creation. In all of us, arm in arm, hand in hand, in full compassion, non-judgment, non-ego, non-negativity, stillness of mind, gentleness, kindness, generosity, humbleness, bliss, joy, peace, tranquility, benevolence, prosperity, abundance. And we're all one, and we're all God, and we're all love. And our God force, love, light, energy is in all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever beyond, and forever. And it continues to intensify and it continues to expand. We immediately form a circle of light around the equator of this planet Earth, Gaia, Arya, and this now. This circle of light is massive and immense and intense, and it comes from the God force, love, light, energy within each and every single one of us, that which we truly are. And this light is of the highest high, the deepest of the deepest, deepest, and the purest of the purest, purest, eternal love, gratitude, and peace, and it is flooding this planet. Head to toe, inside and out, all of our brothers and sisters, whether they're awake or asleep, all life, the highest supreme value in the universe, and our light, the God light that we all are, is flooding the very planet that these bodies occupy. Lifting in higher and higher and higher vibrational frequencies, which means all the fauna, all life, all the trees, everything, moving into higher and higher vibrational frequency. Hence the liberation of this planet into the higher realms, higher existences, higher frequencies. We begin to ascend above the planet. We immediately are met with this massive ocean of glitter. It's everywhere. It's like this big, perpetual ballroom, glass-mirrored ball, but trillions times more intense, literally reflecting back and forth all over the place with us. Trillions, gigaplexes. And we notice that the reflecting point with these microscopic little tiny etched mirrors that we enter. And we discover that all of us gathered, hundreds of millions of us, way beyond that, billions of us, are learning and teaching. Learning from each other, teaching each other. Teaching each other, learning from each other. Learning from ourselves. It's endless. It's massive. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you see the body and it's teaching you or you're learning. It's universal. It's endless. Hundreds of thousands of light years away. There are species and civilizations. The gods within them are part of the gods within us. So we're constantly learning, unconsciously and consciously. It's magnificent. It's absolutely fascinating. So even here, anybody walks into your life, a second, a minute, an hour, beyond, they're either teaching or learning or teaching, all the time. You're either teaching or learning or teaching, all the time. So rather than judging the surface or letting your ego mind control you, you go through the heart mind and say, what are they teaching me? What am I learning from them? What are they learning from me? We're immediately met with the emerald green flaming healing light of Archangel Raphael. This is a column of light that we've all created to remind us all that we are the power of healing. The God within us heals the body. The majority of us don't know that yet, but we will. We will practice it. Then we're met with the violet, blue, purple flaming light of Archangel Michael. This is a column of light that we created to remind us all of our omnipotent power, strength, and resolve. Then we're met by the white light. The white fire light. This is a column of light that we created to remind all of us that we are imbued with a white fire armor from head to toe, inside and out. Throughout eternity, we've been imbued with this. It emanates from the God force, love, light energy within each and every one of these bodies. It is impenetrable, doesn't drain, it doesn't lose its power, frequency, or energy, cannot be manipulated, penetrated, influenced, tricked, ever. So the lower dark matter, lower survival matter frequencies can't come near. No demon, possession, attachment, nothing. They can't operate in a higher vibrational frequency. They'll vanish. They'll just disappear. So we're protected 24/7. Yet. Only you. Only you have the power that if you decide to lower your vibrational frequencies low enough, whether consciously or unconsciously, through anger, hatred, fear, envy, hurry, greed, manipulation, anxiety, you will lower your vibrational frequency low enough to create a breach in your white fire armor, allowing all the lower dark matter, survival matter frequencies to come flooding in. And I think we all know what that means. Now, if you do decide to do this, we are immediately met with two columns connected of light. The first one is the purple transmuting flame. We created this one to remind us all that we can bring in the purple transmuting flame. We can transmute all of these lower dark matter, survival matter frequencies into neutral light substance, sending them in pure consciousness where they're vaporized. They're gone permanently. We're then immediately met with the violet ray. This is a column of light that we created, that we can bring in the violet ray. We can literally cleanse and purify the area where these lower dark matter, survival matter frequencies were, sealing the breach in our white fire armor, restoring our vibrational harmony to the highest of the highest, deepest of the deepest, purest of the purest, eternal love, gratitude, and peace. We are then met with the golden white pink light. This is a column of light that we created to remind us all that we are the sun, the sunlight. The sun sets and the sun rises. The skies, the clouds, the oceans, the rivers, the lakes, the streams, the trees, the forests, the soils, the animals, the mountains. We are everything. The rainbows, rain, we are everything. Everything is us. The gods within these bodies. So the next time you see a sunset, a sunrise, a starlit night sky, an ocean front, a rainbow, it is you. It's the God within that body. That's the divine perfection, the beauty, the reverence, the majesty, the spectacularness. It is you. It always has been. All of us always will be, ever, beyond, and forever. We continue to ascend above the planet, and as we do, some of us decide to step outside our physical bodies and hover effortlessly above them if we're carrying physical form. And the reason we do this is because we can. We come in full contact with this massive crystalline tower that we created that's larger than this solar system. And this tower in the center of the column is a massive oblong sphere. In the center of the sphere is this humongous golden white ball of light. It is surrounded by numerous rings of light, multicolored, and they're all sending this electrified, misty, warm, penetrating energy that just embraces us and warms us endlessly. The golden white bowl of light is the highest of the highest, highest, the deepest of the deepest, deepest, and the purest of the purest, purest, eternal love, gratitude, peace, joy, well-being, great health, great abundance, tranquility, benevolence, gentleness, kindness, generosity, and humbleness. It's endless. All these rings of light, golden white ball of light. And what is it? Where did it come from? It came from all the gods within us, of that which we truly are. It is a reflection of the gods that we are. At the top of this column, we designed it so the golden ocean can come cascading down 360 degrees, as it's doing right now, as it's done for an eternity. Pure, deep, eternal love, gratitude, and peace flooding all of us nonstop, 24/7. Head to toe, inside and out. All life, the highest supreme value in the universe. Now, we're drops of this golden ocean. We also hold the essence of this golden ocean. Golden ocean are the drops are the golden ocean. And the only illusion is separation. We see our meditative sphere at set center circle. We all created this sphere well over 3.5 years ago. It holds all of our meditations in perpetual vibrational frequency, the highest of the highest high. Nearly 1,600 of them, with hundreds of millions of intentions, all saturating, bathing, and soaking this planet, all life, the highest supreme value in the universe, all things, head to toe, inside and out. You can feel this. You can feel it. You can feel the God that you are part of this universe. You're the universe, the universe is you. You're the universe. You're everything. Once this civilization embraces that, chooses to embrace that, man, oh man, what a spectacular time that will be. I'm not saying that this current time is. Not. It is. I'll join you in the meditation we turn to close us out. Take an easy breath in through the nose. And an easy breath out through the mouth. Move easily and slowly. Lovers don't finally meet somewhere. They're in each other all along. Lovers don't finally meet somewhere. They're in each other all along. Really. Take this with you for the rest of the day, into the evening and night, and into the following morning. And we will return here Thursday, September 23rd, 2021, 3 p.m. Eastern, to continue our Global Guided Meditation call.